I'd like to begin by expressing my deepest gratitude to everyone at the Pat Tillman Foundation, led by Marie Tillman Shenton, who I'm so honored is here tonight. I'd also like to acknowledge the Tillman family, especially Mrs. Mary Tillman, Pat's mother. Her advocacy for Pat's legacy is deeply personal and one that I respect. The bond between a mother and son is eternal and transcends even the greatest losses. The truth is, I stand here not as Prince Harry Pat Tillman Award recipient, but rather a voice on behalf of the Invictus Games Foundation and the thousands of veterans and service personnel from over 20 nations who have made the Invictus Games a reality. This award belongs to them, not to me. That said, it is of great importance to me to highlight these allies, athletes, and their amazing families for their achievements, their spirit, and their courage at every opportunity, especially on nights like this, in front of people like you. Moments like these help us reach those that need Invictus most and reduce more than 20 veterans a day taking their own lives in this country alone. For those who may not know, Invictus comes from Latin, meaning undefeated or unconquerable. Nelson Mandela credited the poem of the same name, written by the poet William Ernest Henley, for giving him the strength to endure nearly 30 years of imprisonment. Like that poem, the spirit of the Invictus Games transcends race, time, and borders. It is born from unity and exudes purpose. This year, we're celebrating 10 years of witnessing life-changing impact and healing through sport.
Hello. Welcome to Facts and Two Cents. This is Petal. How are you guys doing? Of course, that was Prince Harry yesterday or last night. Incredible speech. Of course, that was just I think about half of it, or not quite half of it, of the speech last night. I didn't want to I don't know if I could have played the whole thing, but it was an incredible I mean, so many people on social media today are like, whoa, I know about the Invictus Games. I didn't know Harry was a part of it. And that speech, I mean, people are calling for the man to run for president. Of course, we know Harry is British, but it's like, at this point, honestly, if I was American, I'd be like, look, I'm willing to look past all of that to be like, can you run for president, Prince Harry? But anyways, before we get into all that, welcome to all of you, wherever you are in the world. Hope you are having a great Friday, where whatever it is you're doing. New York is, honestly, I am a little upset with New York today because I had all planned to have this podcast in the park. I had planned where I was going. I was like, oh my gosh, I'm sure it's going to be a beautiful day. I'm going to do another podcast in the park. And then I looked at the weather, and then it said it was supposed to rain from about 1 o'clock. Well, no, they said lightning like around 1 o'clock. And I was like, and then it was supposed to be raining. Well, here it is, 7 o'clock, and there has been no rain. So needless to say, I'm on the inside and like being a little upset at the skies because I'm like, what, y'all said it was supposed to be raining. But anyways, we are inside. And going back to last night, which was, I knew it was going to be amazing. We weren't sure if Meghan was going to be there. I guess she was going to be there. So I wasn't surprised she was there. And so very happy. They both look amazing. They look happy, rested. And Meghan, oh my goodness, woman, you are aging backwards. So, but again, the big news was that incredible speech last night. And it just, it blew people away. And that's why so much. And I saw Duchess, I'm sorry, Sussex Squad podcast posted this today. It's like, you know what? This is why this time is about. There's so many people don't know. They know of Prince Harry, but they don't know what he does, and they just assume he's just here be royaling, and they don't understand the life he's lived. Many people don't even know that he served in the military. And so last night was a big deal for a lot of people, and you could tell from the things that they're posting. Some people never they had no idea. They've heard of Invictus Games, but had no idea Harry was a part of Invictus Games. Some people had no idea of the kind of involvement he has with Invictus Games. They had no idea of the impact he has had and the Invictus Games has had on so many people. Veterans and families are posting, and they are. I mean, it was such an amazing thing for them. And so it just and that's why for me, I felt like with all the big hubbub, instead of going back and forth with crazy derangers or giving British press people engagement, which they don't deserve, use their fake outrage as an opportunity to share everything you know about Prince Harry, to spread the word about Invictus Games, about especially about the games coming up in February. Use their fake outrage against them, and this is something as a squad we still have to learn. It's like you don't need to engage and go back and forth with stupid people. They have no intentions of being educated about anything Harry does. They don't care. It doesn't give them engagement to care. Their engagement comes from hating because they get a lot of clicks that way. That's what this is about. And so we can use that to really share about Prince Harry. And this speech last night went such a long way. And the whole focus of it being Invictus Games and Invictus Foundation and the impact they're having on so many lives, it just blew me away. And obviously, they also did the video before, which was really amazing as well. And then they had the three past Tillman Award winners were on the stage, as you can see in that picture there with Harry, and they were gonna leave. And if you've seen the clips, they were gonna leave the stage, and Harry was like, "No, you stay right here. You stay with me." And so then, and I'm sure that them being there with him helped to calm his nerves and help him feel, at least not by himself on this massive stage with Pat Tillman. A big face in the back there. It could all be a little intimidating, I can imagine. And so it was an amazing. And they, if you've seen the video, you see the intensity of people's faces as they're watching him. They were so engaged in what he was saying. And oh my gosh, Harry did so well with that speech. I'm telling you, being married, talk about being marrying up, man. It just elevated him to such a whole new level that with the madness that's going on in politics right now, people are like, can we just get Prince Harry running, please? So it's the whole thing was so amazing. I would love for you guys, I'm going to go through the chat before I move on, but just to hear what your guys' take on it, the speech and the whole night. I mean, I'm gonna go through a little bit of it, but it just, yeah. Let's see. Oh, Allison. Oh, Allison. Hey, hello, Allison. I don't think I've seen you here before. Allison with one L. My middle name is Allison, but Allison with two L's. So yeah. So hello, Allison with one L. So proud of Harry. His speech made me cry. Bless this man. Yes, I've seen a lot of posts like this that they cried, and it was hard not to, and especially coming after that video. And it's so funny I saw a little bit of a close-up of Marie Tillman, who it was Pat Tillman's wife. She is now remarried, but you could tell she was crying from the video. So by the time they show when Harry mentioned her, she was still emotional from that video. And I can't imagine her, again, that was her husband died in war. And so I can't imagine the emotions that she would have gone through during that space of time, sitting there and seeing this and knowing that her husband didn't come home. And so I can't imagine just sitting there and just that being my life. It just was so powerful. So yeah. Marcia says Harry's speech made the UK tabloid look like the petty bunch they are. Yes, exactly. Them and everybody who was criticizing Harry for, as there was this news outlet. I think I referred to it in one of our podcasts here about that. It was saying that, just how stupid it was for people to even question if Harry is qualified to get the Pat Tillman Award. And again, I say this with no reservation. Harry's probably one of the most overqualified people for this award. Even if Harry did not do Invictus Games, the fact that he went and, he didn't have to, honestly, he went and served his country. That is enough for this, because when you look at Harry's list of the things that he has done, even before going to Afghanistan and since Afghanistan, I could compare that to Pat Tillman and it doesn't match up. So Pat Tillman was great, again, a great man in leaving a very successful career in football and going and serving his country. But again, some people are deifying him, and it's just like, no, when you look at the facts, which I'm about, yeah, you look at the facts, Harry is one of the most overqualified people. So, yeah. Let's see. Oh, Sean, thank you so much. Thank you for your donation. I appreciate it. Sean says, have you noticed the British media is silent? They can't spin this one. Of course they are. Of course they are. Because everything, I mean, they spent 2 weeks, how many days, 2 weeks, whatever it is that this news came out that Harry's going to get this award, doing everything, including throwing the kitchen sink at Harry. And then you see this man walk out on stage full of dignity, grace, humility in every way, and speaking about Invictus Games as he is passionate for veterans and making sure that they're taken care of, and especially talked about not leaving anyone behind. What is there to complain? Like, I'm sure there are other things they will find, because that's who they are. And that's why it's kind of like you have to leave pigs in the mud and walk away from pigs in the mud and just leave them there, because that's who they are, and they love mud. That's what they love. And unless you want to get dirty, you have to just leave them there and let them wallow in it, and you go your way. And that's what Harry and Meghan has done. And I think a lot of us need to do the same. Imitate them and leave left behinds behind. Because if you go and meddle in it, you're just going to get dirty. Unless you want to get dirty. So yeah. Doris says, I'm so proud of Prince Harry. His voice and speech were perfect. Yes, they were. Yes, yes, yes. The passion, the reverence, the humility. I mean, it was amazing. Let's see. Shirley says, so many people will be informed now. Exactly. And again, if you guys are on social media, keep sharing Heart of Invictus, because that's even so much more, as we know, about the individual athletes that they're preparing from around the world, really. And so, yeah, definitely keep sharing. And yeah, the video has definitely opened a lot of people's eyes. And so many people are like, I remember this one guy on X is like, yeah, I was one of those that was a little surprised and a little upset that Harry was nominated. But then after seeing that video and the speech out, now I'm like, oh, now I get it. So again, a lot. And again, in America, this is a country of 330 million people. Not many people are into the royals, and especially the country is a mess as it is. People are focused on their own lives. They're not focused on what Harry or Meghan are doing, no matter what the British press try to tell you. Americans aren't focused on stuff like that. And so the majority of them probably have not even heard of Invictus Games. And so I wasn't surprised when I saw people like, yeah, hadn't heard of the games before, or I heard of it, but I didn't really know Harry was part of it and all of that stuff. So that this speech has been a big learning experience, a big education for a lot of people. Let's see. Uh, Marcia says, "Hi, Pedal, new grandma here." Wait, congratulations! Oh my goodness, new grandma, that is awesome. So, haven't been catching up your lives. Harry's speech was top notch, 10 10, 10 out of 10. Proud and beaming Meghan. Great night. Yes, absolutely. I want to ask you guys, though, part of why I played that part of his speech earlier was Harry facing, and this is what I love about Harry, is that Harry's not afraid of anything. He's not afraid to face difficult situations. We've seen that so many times, him by himself walking back into the Lions Den in the UK and facing down all the press and the people there and basically daring you to do anything about it. And Harry's just not afraid of things. And many people would have thought he would have avoided Mary Tillman, who is Pat Tillman's mother, who was not very gracious and said some very ignorant things about Harry being nominated for her son's the award that it's in her son's name. And many people would have, are a little shocked that Harry would mention her. And this is the thing I love about Harry. He didn't shy away from it. He didn't shy away from her. And I would love to hear your guys' thought of him mentioning and really honoring her in the speech. I'd love to hear. I mean, I know what I think, but I'd love to hear you guys' take on what you think and what you thought of, or about him doing that for her. So yeah, it's very, very interesting, and that's why I love this man. He's just not afraid, and that is why the British press hates him, because he is not afraid of them like the rest of the royals are. So yeah. Didi says, Mary Tillman has a lot of learning to do. I hope she does. And it's, one of the things that's very sad that someone, and maybe she didn't know what she maybe had not heard about the Daily Mail and who they are and what they do. But it's sad to see someone like her allow herself to be used in that way. So yeah. Gwen says, oh, wait. Sussex Spotlight says, I think he's saying that her voice is the only one that carried any weight for him. Okay, very interesting. Thank you, Sussex Spotlight. Very interesting. Hi, Joseph. Joseph says, Harry acknowledged the elephant in the room. And that's the thing. I love that. I love it. It's like, I'm not going to walk away from this. I'm going to talk about this. So, yeah. Let's see. Oh, wait. Lorna says, I'm not shocked he mentioned the mother, and he got her with kindness. And in my opinion, it doesn't look good for her being mean. I totally agree. Totally agree. Shirley says he survived his mother's death and 2 tours of service. He's fearless. He honored Pat's mother because of the love and respect he has for Diana. Very true. Totally agree. Totally agree. Dawn says, being scared of doing what you need to do anyway is a definition of brave. Harry is a brave man. Yep. Definitely a brave man. Gwen is saying hi to Sussex Spotlight. Hi, Sussex Spotlight for Gwen. Nafisa says he knows what it's like to have your words manipulated. Very true. Very true. Whether it was or not, she had not said anything after the Daily Mail article, so I don't know. I mean, she hasn't said it was incorrect, so I don't know. Let's see. Black Queen says Harry showed grace and humility. He showed that he is a better human as well. Very, very, very true. Very true. He gave to her what she did not give to him. Exactly. Let's see. Shay said it was softly addressed. Yep. He definitely addressed it softly with kindness and humility. Yep. Let's see. ML Michael, hello. ML Michael said Harry is a class act. Yes. Wanda M says Harry did the right thing regarding the mother. Absolutely. Yep. TMCD says it's a bloody shameful. Assuming you me, I'm not sure if this is what you're talking about, so let me not assume. So yeah. Let's see. Uh, let's see. Going up to see what else you guys are saying. Dora says, when Harry mentioned Pat Tillman's mother, I thought that's right, Harry. Take the high road. Yep, he sure did take the high road. Definitely. And it was definitely noted. Very cool. Let's see. Lakiva says Harry and Meghan are very strong people. They are. To take and to be able to live and thrive in spite of all the things that were thrown, that are still really being thrown at them. I'm telling you, it takes so much strength to do what they do. So yeah, let's see. All right. Thank you guys for sharing. Let's see. See anything else you guys are saying about that? Little Mac says if she doesn't apologize, she's a deranger, and that might explain why she's not part of the foundation. I have no idea. I mean, I don't know. Honestly, don't know anything about her family other than, when Pat Tillman died and the whole thing, she was definitely advocating for his son, and was very upset, as any mother would be, when she found out the circumstances to which he died, because the military and the country really, they lied about it. And then it came out what really happened, and any mother would be very upset. And so she garnered a lot of sympathy for that, obviously. And so this is not, and then you see what happened now. It's just really a bad look. And for her sake, I don't want to think of people taking advantage of someone, especially with this kind of thing. It's such a sensitive and emotional thing. But it's sad that, whatever the situation, she allowed herself to be used in this way. So let's see. Emma Micah says Diana would be so proud of her baby boy. I know, right? I know. And I know many of us in the squad feel like that's our baby boy too. We have adopted him. Since Diana isn't here, we have adopted him to be our baby. So we are very, very, very protective of him. Let's see. Karen Warner says Prince Harry was showing her grace and compassion and recognizing her loss, at the same time letting her know who he is and telling her off. But she was cursed. He gave her respect, and I definitely, absolutely, definitely. Let's see. Joanne Baker says, isn't it interesting that she is connected to the Daily Fail, who contacted her? I mean, is she connected to the Daily Fail other than this article? I've never, I don't follow Mary Tillman, so I have no idea what's been going on in her life and, why she chose to do that with the Daily Mail. Daily Fail. I should keep it real. I don't know. But it's very interesting that that's the choice she made. But again, this is a very sensitive, emotional time. When you're dealing with this sort of thing, you have one focus, and I'm sure that's on her son. And boo to the people who would take advantage of someone in that moment. And that is exactly what the Daily Fail do. That's what they specialize in, it seems. So yeah. The Sussex Spotlight says, all she did was so unnecessary. I really do not think that she used any emotion in what she was saying about Harry. That was not the first time the award was given. She was playing a role. And yeah, very true. Very true. And, to imply that she wasn't contacted when she was never contacted, it because she's not in the foundation. It was a foundation started by his then wife, or his widow at the time. And it's very, 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 very odd. So again, hopefully, if she wasn't educated before, that maybe she watched it, or maybe she heard about it, and at least checked out Invictus Games to see and learn who Harry is, so that if she does talk about it again, I hope she doesn't, but she would at least do it out of knowledge and not some, ignorant statement that she made. So yeah. But um this is actually a good point. Daily Fails fed her fake info to get that response. I wouldn't put it past the Daily Fail. I would not put it past the Daily Fail, especially if she had not been following Prince Harry. I know the foundation with Marie, it's like her name is Mary, and the foundation is, Pat Tillman's widow, then widow's Marie. Marie was following Harry and following Invictus Games because, again, as I mentioned in the last episode, the Pat Tillman Foundation were posting about Harry in 2013 and 2017. There are posts from the Tillman Foundation about what Harry and Invictus Games were doing. So we know the wife knew. Whether Pat Tillman ever knew about, Mary Tillman ever knew about, I have no idea. But other than that, other than Mary, thank you guys for sharing your thoughts on this. Other than Mary Tillman, I'm so happy that Harry, again, used his voice to lift up all of those men and women who are a part of Invictus and who have benefited and who are benefiting now from the Invictus Games. And again, not just the games, but the Invictus encompasses so many things. They have events all through the year. And so in all countries around the world, it seems, or at least in the majority countries that where Invictus athletes are, they have all types of sporting programs that are helping veterans there. So again, if you or a veteran who you think could benefit, or anyone really, have them contact Invictus Games and see if it's something that could help them, because you never know. So yeah. So the award, as Harry said, it was not for him, but for them. But the funny thing with that is, even though it was very humble and very, Harry is just such a humble person. He doesn't really think of himself, or in a lot of ways, I feel like, because Harry always talks about having to prove himself and, feeling like he is worthy, because I guess because of his privileged life and privileged background, he feels like he has to work and prove himself in every single way, so that, and I'm like, Harry, this is not just for these people. This is award for you. And I hope for Harry that one day when he gets awards like this, no matter what the British press or anybody else says about it, Harry could simply stand up and say, you know what? Yes, I do deserve this. Thank you. And he doesn't have to say in so many words like, I deserve this. But he has such a great model in someone like Serena. Serena knows her worth, and she doesn't back down from it. I remember when Serena, she was number one in the world. You couldn't tell her differently. She was number one in the world. She embraced it. She, you know what I mean? She embraced her flowers. She doesn't feel like, oh, I don't deserve it. No. And that's, for me, is what Meghan embodies that in some ways as well, in a lot of ways as well. She knows that she is good at what she does, and she doesn't back away from it, doesn't care. Some people will call her all kind of names because they feel like, oh, well, you're presumptuous, or you're just whatever. But I hope Harry can one day look at this award and say, thank you, because what I did is deserving of this award. Yes, I know this is for the Invictus Games, and yes, we incorporate that as well. This is for the men and women who also serve. But Harry also served. He also did 2 tours of duty in Afghanistan. He also put his life on the line, flying Apache helicopters in enemy territory, quote unquote enemy. We talk about that in another story. Territory. He also put himself out there. And then not only that, he came back and gave, and he's still giving so much to veterans in making sure that they stay alive, like he was saying, it's not even a joke. Not haha joke, any of that. But there's literally about 20 veterans every single day taking their life in this country. That is an absolute true statement. Not that he would lie about it or anything, but Harry is out here working to have created these games for the last 10 years. How many men and women's lives were saved because of those games? Harry, this award is for you. And I hope one day Harry could just say, you know what? Yes, thank you. Thank you. And as I've said over and over, Harry's probably one of the most overqualified people for this award. He deserves this award. More than I could say. He deserves it. And it's not just Invictus Games. Look at all of the people around the world that Harry is helping. Look at all the organizations and foundations that he has created and are helping people all over the world, where the majority of people have no idea that Harry's the one that created that. There are people booking flights right now and like, oh yeah, what is the CO2? What is the carbon emission? What is it? They don't realize that the reason they have it on booking.com or any of those sites is because Harry created a company to put it there. So it's just like, you deserve this. And I hope one day he could get to the place where he just say, you know what, thank you. And not feel like he has to even share it with anybody. They just say thank you. I know that. But he's not like that. He's not like that. And he's not there. I don't know if he'll ever get there because he's not that. But I hope he can get there. So, but again, it was beautiful. And again, for him is giving a voice to those who doesn't have one and giving his platform to those who doesn't have the kind of platform to elevate them. But I want to elevate him because he deserves that. He absolutely, absolutely deserves that. So that's just my spiel on that thing. Apart from that, oh my goodness, Invictus Games were posting about it. It says no matter, and they're quoting a little bit of the speech. If you've heard the speech, at the end of the speech, Harry talked about the Latin verses that basically translates to we will leave no one behind. And so Invictus Games picked up on that. Says no matter, then this is part of what Harry says, no matter the road ahead, we are here for you. We will leave no one behind. Prince Harry accepts the Espys Tillman Award of Service and highlights the work of the Invictus Games Foundation to save lives and change lives. And as you can see on the other side, it says a promise from Invictus Foundation. So they are reiterating the promise that Prince Harry made last night. They've been doing it all along, but the promise to continue to make sure that no matter what, they will not leave their comrades behind. And so that's, one of the mottos that is always in the military is like, they don't leave their people behind. So they will risk their lives. If someone is, struck down, they will risk everything to get them to safety and then not leave them in the field, not knowingly, at least leave them out there in the field. So yeah. And so they promised that same thing to the men and women who are a part of Invictus. So yeah. And those who, will become part of Invictus. What else? My goodness. These were actually some of the first photos we had of Harry and Meghan, and they were all like this crazy shade of blue because of the lighting, obviously. So I was like, whenever I see stuff like that and then I can't fix the color, I turn it into Meghan's favorite thing, black and white. I mean, how absolutely beautiful. How beautiful. And it's so wonderful to see. Look at Harry's face. He's so pleased. And again, we haven't seen them in 2 months, not since they were in Nigeria. Again, we only saw Harry that one time, the photo that Holly Robinson Pete posted, and then Meghan in the park somewhere in California, filming something, it looked like. But this is our first, They look so fresh and rested and like we've been in another world. Where have you guys been? What has been going on in this world? And these are people who just have shut the negativity off and are just focus on living their life, which is what we pray for, right? This is what we pray for. This is what we prayed about, that they would be able to live in private. And that's been it. We haven't heard, seen anything of them. So it is just really, I mean, goodness. I mean, look at Megan's like, what is the tell us the whatever you use on your skin, my dear. They're both glowing. They are both absolutely glowing. Like this light in the back of Harry's head in the picture at the top there. It looks like they snapped this photo right when someone snapped a photo with a shot with a flash, I'm sorry. And so it's like they just happened to capture the flash as it was going. So, but I love those pictures. I love Harry's little smirk at the top there. Very cool. And I think this one has to be my favorite one. I mean, hello. And it's very funny for our squaddies who are fashion people, myself not included in that. They seem to can't figure out who made this dress. And so someone was saying some designer and other people were saying is this can't, I don't know if they've decided on which one it is, but Meghan looks so beautiful. And someone posted a photo which I couldn't find of the model in this outfit. Apparently it's a 2024 outfit for some designer, whomever they decided the designer was. And Meghan, it's so funny, Meghan and the model, they have like the same body type, so they look very, very similar, except in this Meghan is wearing heels and the model is basically dressed like a New Yorker. I mean, if you're a New Yorker, this is what you see in New York. We just kind of dress down, long dresses. You'll see New Yorker walking around in a dress like this with flip-flops or some kind of flats. That's how we dress here. we don't like put on like heels and long dress. Like very rarely you'll ever see that in New York. Flip-flops or some kind of flat slippers or sandals, you'll see New Yorker. So the model, I was like, yep, she looks like a New Yorker. So there. Lorna says, they say Oscar de la Renta dress. Oh, okay. They also said it was another designer and they couldn't decide which one it was. So I guess, I mean, maybe they decided it was Oscar de la Renta. There you go. I don't know fashion. I don't know. I'd never heard of the other person before. But Meghan look amazing. Harry look amazing. I mean, again, how peaceful they look. While the internet is going crazy and stuff, and Harry and Meghan are like, oh, we're just under a tree sipping some wine, hanging out, doing what we want to do. So absolutely. This is one of my new favorite photos. They just look beautiful. Absolutely, absolutely beautiful. And I mean, Serena, oh my goodness, I love me some Serena Williams. Serena is great. I mean, Serena has been really working out and getting herself in shape. She has been documenting her weight loss or workout, and she's been trying to fit into these jean skirts. I don't know when those jean skirts were from, but she has been like testing it on Instagram every, I guess, few months. And she tried it. The first time she tried it, her booty couldn't get she couldn't get in. Now the booty gets in, but she can't buckle, she can't zip it up. So maybe now she can zip it up. But yeah, she has been really working out because obviously she has a new baby, and so she has been really, really working out and getting in shape and getting back in shape. And you never know. I mean, she has not quite ruled out ever going back to tennis. So maybe this is part of her getting back in shape and getting another crack of it. Because I think when you're at that level, I think it's the same thing that happened with Michael Jordan. You can't let go until your mind and your heart and your body, even though your body may say no, your mind has to let go. And I remember Michael Jordan coming back and playing until he was ready to go. And I think Serena is in kind of that same place where she has not closed the door on going back to play tennis. And until her mind says, okay, that's enough, I think we'll don't be shocked if she goes back and play tennis. And so, yeah, Alexis, her husband, was there. Alexis Jr., or as he calls her, Junior, little Junior. Did you guys see the video of Junior? They're like posing on the carpet, and Junior has her hands on her hips. And I was like, look at her posing. I know. She is so cute. Junior is Olympia, but her dad calls her Junior because her name is literally Alexis Junior. So yeah, so he calls her Junior. So, but yeah, so Angelina says Serena had me cracking up all night with Venus too. They were funny. Oh my goodness, I love their little skit at the end where Serena was like, "Where's your dress?" Like accusing each other of wearing each other's dress. And then, did you guys see the song she sang of Maria Sharapova? I was like, "Oh my gosh, I can't believe she did that." I was like, I hope Maria is okay with that song. It's like, you could be it was called "You Can Be My Tennis Ball." And then she was bragging in the song about beating Maria 20 straight times, which she did. And in a way, I'm glad she did it, because for so long, the press was like, oh, this is like a rivalry. And it's just like, how is this a rivalry when she only beat Serena twice and Serena beat her 20 straight times? How is that a rivalry? And not just beat her, like beat her. So, so Serena was like, but it turned out they're actually really great friends. So, and they really like each other. So maybe Maria's totally fine with that song, because I was like blocking my eyes. I was like, oh no, maybe I don't know if Maria will be happy to hear that song. So yeah, I don't know if I'd want to be somebody's tennis ball. Yeah. So yes, Alexis and Alexis Jr. were there supporting little baby. I think Alexis posted that it was obviously past little baby's her sleep time, so she wasn't there obviously. But Junior she's a big girl now, so so Sharian said it was Oscar De La Renta. Well, there you go. I'm just gonna go with Sharian. So there you go. And you guys in the chat. Yeah, okay. Lorna says it's the same silhouette as the wedding reception dress, which was Stella McCartney. That I saw. I mean, I saw a lot of people saying that is definitely similar. And yeah, as you look at it, it's definitely similar. The neck is a little different, or at least that's what it looks like to me. The neck is a little bit different, but the rest of it, I could totally see that. And it's cool because she's almost wearing the same fashion as Serena. And Serena in her many styles. I mean, oh my, she looks amazing in all of them. So yeah, she looked amazing in all of her different outfits. So Serena is doing her thing. So Dory says at one time, Serena had her own clothing line. She was one of the shopping. She was on one of the shopping networks. That is right. I forgot about that. And they would design. She and Venus would design their own clothes. I wonder if she still has that. Maybe she does. I don't know. I know Venus is more. She does interior design, and Venus definitely still has her company, and it's like most likely a multi-million-dollar company now. But yeah, I wonder if Serena still has her clothing company. Huh, who knows? Maybe she does. So yeah, Serena is doing great, man. So very, very interesting. But she is great. And I know she was ripping the British press, like, Harry and Meghan, don't breathe, because, they're going to, all they're going to report in, basically all the reporting is going to be how you breathe tonight and take away my moment. I love it. But of course, the British press will twist that. So I'm sure they have. So. Dawn says, I didn't know Serena could sing. I know, right? Or at least trying. The backup singers really helped out with, covering some of the riffs there. But I love how she, she just sort of played it off. That was very, very funny. You could be my tennis ball. I love it. H Night says she still has her clothing line. Oh, there you go. Venus used to sell mostly tennis clothing. Yeah. Oh, okay. And well, maybe she still does. But I know she definitely has an interior design company. That I know. And I always remember Venus. Venus designed this one outfit, and I remember years and years ago where it was flesh colored tights, and it on the flesh colored tights they made a thong. So the thong is sort of like, patterned thong that was a different color from the flesh color. So when you look at it and when you put it on when she put it on her, it just looks like she's wearing a thong, and you don't see the flesh color because again it's flesh colored her to her skin tone. And so I remember there was a match she played it, and every time the wind it would blow up her skirt, and the whole commentary was it was just like basically cover their eyes, because the imagery that you got was she's just her thong is out. And it was this whole big thing about, I mean, she was always very risque in her designs. And so I would never forget that. That was so hilarious. I don't think she ever wore it again in another tournament. But yeah, Venus was very risque. So I would never forget that. Let's see. Vanzola Adams, the story was funny. A lot of her tennis outfits were crazy. Yeah, Serena wore some really cool ones and some really crazy ones too. I remember that, like, what is that tutu looking one she had on? I was like, I don't know about that one. But the bodysuit one, and she had the cat suit one. I was like, you go. And she had the boots and everything. I was like, look at Serena. They definitely tried to make tennis fun and exciting apart from the game. So yeah. And talk about tennis, my girl Rybakina lost. I was like, I got off the podcast yesterday, really looking to celebrate and like, yeah, she'll be in the final, only to realize girlfriend lost after winning the first set. So it's gonna be Paolini and Krejcikova, I think her name is. I don't know, never really paid attention to her. But Paolini, the girl from Italy, the biracial girl from Italy whose mom is part Ghanaian, she is going to be in the finals, her second straight final. She was in the finals of the French Open as well. So I look forward to seeing that. The matches, the final is going to be tomorrow. I was hoping Coco was going to be there, but since she wasn't there, I was rooting for Rybakina. It was one of my favorites, but I'm going to root for Italian girl. So there you go. Maybe she'll become one of my favorites. So anyway, what else is happening? Let's look at some more photos probably. Oh, besties. I love it. I love these pictures so much. I'm like, oh, look at the two of them. And of course, we know they met long before Meghan knew Harry. I think they met in what was it, 2013 or 2014 or something, at a baseball game, like a celebrity baseball game. And look at them today. I'm like, look at these beautiful ladies, looking like sisters. So absolutely beautiful. I'm like, look at these two. And then someone said that one of these ladies is one of the Mahomes. I guess is he from Kansas City too? I think what was he, like the quarterback or something? I don't remember. I have not followed them, but someone said that's who one of these ladies on the left, they are. Maybe they both are. And of course on the right is Prince Harry and the past winners. Actually, the lady in the white is Harry did a presentation to her recently, and he referred to her as one of his friends. She was also in the military, and they introduced him last night, and he asked them to stay on stage with him. So yeah, I just love it. I love it. So I guess what happened is after the award, I'm assuming after is when they went backstage and took these photos. That's what I'm assuming, because you guys were asking about the red carpet earlier, last night, or at least not last night, yesterday. And obviously, Harry and Meghan weren't part of that. So I'm assuming while the ceremony was going on, they went out there and privately got some photos by the red carpet. That's what I am assuming. I don't know, because I saw a video of them leaving before the ceremony ended. So I'm assuming they may have done that. So yeah. Yes, this is true. They attended design school. Yes, they did. And the cool thing with Venus and Serena, not only did that, they both speak, I think between 3 and 5 languages. I think, yeah. I know they definitely speak French and Italian, because there's videos of them speaking. They are fluent in both, and something else. I think it's 3 languages apart from English that they speak, but definitely French and Italian. I mean, it's amazing to listen to them speak in Italian, especially. I was like, wow, you guys, amazing. So yeah, very, very formidable. Uh, and that's the thing with, Black excellence, or call it, is like in so many ways, Black people who are in these positions, to be taken seriously, have to do so much more and accomplish so much more than their white counterparts to be taken seriously. And that's not just in tennis, in so many areas, and probably most areas. Like, we have to be twice as good as other people to be taken seriously or to be given our due. It's amazing how that is. And then even then they're like, oh, you don't deserve it. And you're like, no, you don't understand. I've had to work twice as hard to get where I am. So yeah, it's just very interesting. But what else? This is the only picture I saw of Harry and Meghan with them in the audience, and Harry and her talking. One of our squaddies, I think, posted this. I was like, oh, cool. I'm like, who is the lady sitting next to Meghan? I don't know who that is. So I don't know. But I do know that on the other side, at the Harry's right hand, I think Alexis and Junior was sitting over there, because there's a video of them, Harry and Meghan, leaving and then hugging Alexis and saying hello to Junior as well. So yeah, very cool. And if you haven't, I posted this in our community page. This is the video that was shown before Harry went on stage. So, and these are just little clips from the video about the athletes and the people who are part of Invictus Games. So it's on our community page. So definitely go over there and click on it and watch. It's very, very moving, very, very powerful about just, what Invictus has done for people's lives, really saved them. So very, very powerful. And then Archwell posted about it yesterday. And this is a little bit about what it says. The beginning, it talks about what Prince Harry said in the speech, which we all have heard and seen. But at the end of it, it says, Prince Harry, who served 10 years in the British Army, including 2 combat tours in Afghanistan, has channeled his experience into a lifetime of advocacy and support for military veterans and their families. In 2014, he founded the Invictus Games, an international adaptive sports event for wounded, injured, and sick veterans and service personnel. Today, the Invictus Foundation provides a platform for veterans to showcase their resilience and strength through sports and adventurous challenges all year round, while fostering global awareness and admiration for those who have served. Over the past 10 years, the Invictus Games have embodied compassion, respect, and a belief in the extraordinary capabilities of the human spirit. As Prince Harry remarked, the beauty of the Invictus Games lies in how it brings people together, no matter one's nationality, background, or personal struggles. It is a collective built from courage and mutual respect, where athletes discover time and time again the common denominator of their humanity. And so, yeah, so this, and again, there's more to this. Definitely jump over to sussex.com and find it there. And also give the page some, hits. So yeah, so it just, I mean, the whole night was just like, I'm gonna just keep. I think I don't know about you, but I think I've watched this video now about Harry's speech about, I don't know, maybe 50 to 75 times by now. It's just so amazing. I just keep watching it and watching it and watching it. And again, not only what he said, but how he said it and his delivery. And I'm like, him and Meghan have been working on this. Maybe he also has a coach as well that's helping, developed into this incredible speaker. And it just, dude, that's why Americans today were like, can Harry run for president? We are a nation that if you could give a good speech, yes, you could be president. That's kind of how we are sometimes here. But it just shows, and not just the speech, but just the passion that he has for the games and passion for his fellow veterans. So yeah, kudos to Harry and all the Invictus. Absolutely wonderful. And I love it when the Sussexes of friends show up for them and just, celebrating with them, of course. One of Megan's bestie, Daniel Martin, was there last night. He says, Espys with my besties. Congratulations, buddy, on your Pat Tillman Award for service. So Daniel was there, and he also posted this of Megan. And actually, at the bottom, I'm just gonna move my little banner at the bottom. He also said that makeup by yours truly and hair by Hector's World. So yeah, he did her makeup. He does her makeup quite a bit. Sometimes when he's not available, she has other people, because Daniel is doing amazing with this new company. I think it's called Tatcha or Sacha or something like that. And so he's doing amazing with that. So whenever they connect, he does a makeup. And look how natural the makeup is. It's just, I mean, and then he posted another one of just Meghan. He says, there she glows. And boy, is she glowing. And people were asking him like, okay, what are the products you're using? What are the products? And so he's like, coming up, he said he couldn't tell, but it's coming, whatever it is, it's coming up in September. So it's going to be coming out, whether it's on his own or with the company that he works with. I mean, look at her face. It's just, look at Meghan. It's just, she is glowing. And this is someone who is happy in her life, doing what she's doing and not focused on that other mess. And so I just love it. You go, Daniel. I mean, they've been besties for like ever. So yeah. And let's see. What else is there? Oh, wait, no. Okay. That's all I got to share on that. So I'm going to stay in the chat for a bit and come back. Let's see. H Knight says, I'm just going to stay in the chat for a bit. Yeah, it says, I read today that Serena is starting her own makeup line. That's fine, because Serena loves makeup. She loves playing with makeup. And whatever she has been doing the last few photos I've seen of her that she's posted, whoever has been doing her makeup, I'm like, you need to hire that person, because they have done a great job. The makeup for last night was on point as well. So I'm not surprised that she is like Rihanna. Rihanna was the same way. And look at me, Rihanna has her incredibly successful makeup, and well, it's makeup and all of the other lingerie and all of that stuff that Rihanna has, Fenty. But I'm not surprised that Serena would do that. She definitely is a makeup girl. So let's see. And she should have a wigs too, because she wears, all of that hair is wigs. So she has a whole line of wigs. She might as well go into wigs. I've never worn a wig in my life. It's not something I don't think I'll ever put on my head, but she is definitely into wigs. So yeah. Yulivi says Meghan in love, at peace and happy. And that's what she looks like. And look at her eyes, she's looking at her man. And that's what she looks like when she looks at Harry. It's like, yep, she loves her man. So yeah. Let's see. Little Max says, Sylvia Fielder, totally agree. They all look great, Sierra. Meghan and Serena have lost all the baby weight. Yep, they definitely have. So, Meghan has been Lily is 3 now? Or wait, Lily is 3 or 2? 3, I think. And Serena just had her baby earlier this year. Was it earlier this year or last year? I think it was earlier this year. She had a baby. So her weight, she has really worked on that to go get to where she is fast. So yeah. Let's see. C. Zesati, I think I have never seen you in here before. Welcome. Says Harry is the graceful gem of the hypocrisy of England and their German monarchy. I know, right? He is the gem. He is a gem, and again, so graceful, so humble, and just he won over so many people last night, and it's just yeah, we know Harry and we know who he is, but a lot of people don't, and so it was just really wonderful to say. Um, uh, hmm. Sussex Spotlight says, I just wondered, I never could find any information about that. He and Meghan are no notes, but that was a long speech. There are situations like I've seen them not have notes in their hands, but they're prompters. So some people use the prompters. You'll see those clear things in front of them. President Barack Obama used to use them a lot. You see the president now use them. Quite a few people use them. You see those clear things that are there. Those are prompts, even though they look clear from you're looking at it, but from them the words are on the front of that. And so they place it in a position where as you look at it, it looks like you're looking at the audience. So it's very strategic how it's placed. There are some prompts that are on the floor as well. That even though they don't have notes, it's on the floor, so you can just, especially if the stage is elevated, you're looking at it in such a way that it seems like you are looking at the audience, but you can read from the prompts. But again, the key to prompts is, and to be effective using prompts, is you have to know your script. You have to have preferably memorized it. Some prompts are right over the audience head, like right in the back. Like if there's a balcony, they'll put the prompt right by the balcony, so you're looking out and you can read it. And so Michelle Obama gives, I don't know if you guys have read Michelle Obama's book, The Light We Carry, the last one she just wrote. And she talked about when Barack I think it was when he was first running, and she was supposed to she gave the speech at the convention, the Democratic convention, and there was supposed to be the prompt right above the audience's head. And so she can look out at the audience, and you're sitting there or you're watching on TV. You don't know that there's a prompt there because of where it's strategically placed. It'll make it look like you are looking out at the audience. You can read, but you can read the prompts there. And so this was supposed to be there. And thank God she had to spend so much time memorizing her speech, because she said what happened with the prompt were they didn't count on the fact that people in the audience would be so excited that they would have the banners in their hand, the Obama banners in their hand, jumping up and screaming and excited that she is speaking. They completely blocked the prompt and she couldn't read it. And so it's a good thing she memorized it. So even though she couldn't see the prompt, the same thing, and another time she was supposed to speak again, the prompt didn't work. And I think that was the first time she was speaking. Wait, I think the first time she was speaking was the Democratic convention, where her brother came off stage and said the prompter isn't working. And he told her that right before she was about to go on stage. And she almost freaked out. And then she calmed down when she realized, no, but I may remember my speech, so I can do it without the prompt. So again, prompters I used to work in a place where they used to use it all the time. That thing is scary. You better know your script. So for Harry, I mean, it's like picking up and deliver is something they do in acting, which Meghan is so great at. And so, yeah, he had to know his script. So anyway, I didn't mean to go off into prompter. So, of course, here. Let's see. Let's see. Oh wait, do we have a troll here? I see Mama J says, "What are you doing here?" Oh, I hope we don't have a troll. We don't allow trolls here. We get rid of trolls. So if you're trolling, you might want to exit stage left because we don't allow that here. You can listen, but you're not allowed here. We don't take kindly to you. So there you go. Let's see. Little Bear says, Pedal, that speech was so good that Melanie memorized it too. LOL. I mean, it was amazing. It's a really amazing. And there are people that are like so jealous because Harry is, I mean, he has grown so much. And I love it. I absolutely love it. So yeah. Let's see. I'm just scrolling through your comments. Oh, thank you. Oh, Lydia is here. Hi, Lydia. Lydia, awesome moderator, said the troll is gone. Thank you very much. Yeah, we had to wait. Oh no, I think I forgot to do the filter thing. Oh my gosh, I am so sorry. I forgot to do the filter. Whoa, I apologize. I just realized that. Shoot. This is what happened when I try to do things really fast. Like I completely forgot to do the filter. That's why they got in here. But anyway, if you're trolling, get out. We don't want you here. We do not want your likes. We don't want your views. Nothing. Go away. So yeah. So let's see. What else you guys are saying? Before we leave, Karen Warner is doing this, and this I posted this on our community page before, but Karen Warner has set up this event to honor Harry before his birthday, and this is coming up September the 14th. Yeah, September 14th in New York. It's like a super, as she says, walk the red carpet, star-studded formal black tie gala. So it's like a gala event with dinner and I guess dancing and everything. And so celebrating Prince Harry's accomplishments, success, achievements. It's going to be in New York, New York City, obviously. It's so if you're interested, definitely, I'm going to put this information in our community page. So please, and that link that you see there, that I'm going to put the live link there so you can click on it, read more about it. Karen, you can let me know if I can put your email. So if people have any further questions, they can contact you. But this is the information. It says before 40 countdown gala, and of course Prince Harry is turning 40 this year, so the big 4-0, so the squad will be celebrating Prince Harry. So if you're interested in attending, definitely check out the information, and for any information that you need, definitely contact Karen about it. And if you are on here and you need the French version of this, there we go. I'm gonna also post this version as well, so that I'm assuming this is French, right, Karen? I just assumed. So if it's not French, I'm sorry, but I'm assuming this is French. I don't speak French, sorry. But yeah, so if you need this version, I will post that there as well. So definitely, come out, support Karen and this event. Again, it's going to be September 14th. Come to New York if you haven't, or if you're a New Yorker and has gone away to live elsewhere, we will not hold it against you. Come back and visit and attend Karen's event. So there. So again, I'm going to put all this information in our community page so that you can have it there. And I think by the next episode, probably have Karen come on for a few minutes and really talk to you about more and give you more information about the event. So, but thank you, Karen, for putting this on. So yeah, but back to our faves. Back to our lovely faves. So let's see if there's anything else you guys are saying before we say goodnight. Elsie says the Pat Tillman Award was designed for unsung heroes, not Okay, who's Elsie? Who's this? Is this? Are you trolling on here? Again, if you're trolling, we don't allow people on here like that. So yeah, go away if you're trolling. So there you go. Let's see. Karen says there's an email contact on the flyer. You have a French version. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. I was looking at it. I'm like, I hope this is French. I don't know French. So there you go. Let's see. Let's see. Anything else before we end? Wait, did you guys? I mean, was I just dreaming, or did I see something about? Can you talk about away from this for a second? Did I see something about King Charles buying a $6 million apartment in New York? Was I dreaming, or did I? Was that something I absolutely saw? I didn't. It was just like it just was just so out there that I was like, what? So maybe it's just some ridiculous narrative going on. And I didn't read the article. I literally was scrolling past and I was like, King Charles purchased a New York apartment for $6 million. If that is the case, UK, you need to stop funding these crazy people. You need to stop funding these people who are just taking your money and doing nothing. So yeah, it's just great. Marcia says you absolutely oh, sounds good. Wait. I just wait, where is that? Where is she? It just jumped away from me. I think Marcia was saying that I absolutely saw it. Where, Marcia, where are you? Oh, wait, yes, she is. She's like, you absolutely saw it. So it is true? Oh, Lorna is saying, yes, it is true. That is so crazy. I'm like, the UK is giving these people all $86 million so King Charles could buy a New York apartment for $6 million. So who is exactly, if this is all, I mean, if the reporting is absolutely accurate, who is going to live in that apartment? Is he planning to move? I mean, this is craziness. So anyways, Cicero says, I heard King Charles is buying a penthouse in New York as well. So, okay, so I was not crazy. So Sex Spotlight, you probably did the best thing. She's like, I saw it, but ignored it. So anyways, who knows? If I hear more, I am not going, I mean, the outlet that had it there, I was just like, I'm not clicking to give you guys any clicks. I'm not giving you any clicks. So yeah, I was just like, this has to be a joke, but I guess not. So there you go. Good. Let's just not read it. So yeah. Dawn says, so is King Charles gonna hang around New York just to ignore the son and grandchildren? You know, who knows? So who knows? It's just craziness. Well, I guess William didn't do it, so I guess Charles is gonna try his hand. I guess KC3 is gonna conquer New York, just like sway. Sway, Prince William. I love it. Oh, Evilly says, hi, Petal, you're amazing. So, oh, thank you. So proud of Harry. They look so beautiful. What a blessed couple. We love them. Yes, we do. Yes, we do. Let's see. All right. I think that's all I got, guys. I think that's all we got. I mean, I am still buzzing and most likely going to be watching that video 10 more times before the night is over. But again, with our faves, with how they have been doing things, I guess I don't expect to see Meghan and Harry again for the summer. If we do, maybe on her birthday. I don't know. We don't know when her launch is for Aro or anything else that she is doing. So my thing is, if we hear from her, might be, I would say if she's launching anything, I would say maybe her birthday, which is August 4th. And so other than that, I don't expect anything from them until September. I don't expect, I would assume they would be finishing up production on the polo stuff, on the cooking stuff, or the cooking show, whatever show that she's doing. I would assume that they're going to be finishing up post-production with those things, and maybe a launch in early fall. September around there. So that's what I'm thinking. I don't see them launching anything big before then, because again, if you know production, it takes a while. It takes editing and stuff. It just eats up time. So I don't expect to see anything. But again, if I'm gonna expect anything, I would think her birthday maybe. So, but whatever they're doing, we'll just pray that they stay under their tree and look beautiful. When we see them again, they'll come out looking just as fresh. So anyway, that's it, my friends. Have a great night. Thank you to our awesome moderators. Again, I apologize. I forgot the filter. I apologize for having trolls come in here. Thank you so much for shooing trolls away. We don't want anything from trolls. We don't even want your views. Stay away. We don't want you here. And so, but thank you to our awesome moderators, Lydia Church, Nelly, Karen M, Cookies and Cream, and Black Queen. You are awesome. Thank you. And thank you to our amazing 2 Cents crew who support the channel on a monthly basis. And to all of you who support in the chat. I appreciate it so very much. Thank you, thank you, thank you, thank you. I love you all. Have a great night, and I will chat with you next time. Bye.